I said that the current bear market couldn't end until those went to zero. And I kind of regret that because I actually don't think they're gonna go to zero. And I do think the bear market's over, but that means we're in the spring. We're not in summer.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Mark Yusko forecasting the future of Bitcoin and the financial market. Yusko notes that the crypto winter is over and we're beginning to see everything increase. He says there is currently an excess amount of foolishness and leverage in the system. Now many people are getting their Bitcoin seized through firms who overlend while promising a high level of return. Yusko says that most of these business models have been cleansed out of the system, but there are still some that have remained. He says that the charts are showing higher highs and lows, which means that we have moved into an accumulation cycle. Let's listen to this interview with Mark Yusko as he gives his take on the financial market and the bright future of cryptocurrency. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy what we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
I've been wondering about this, and to me it's the $64 trillion question, which is the internet started as all these protocols. There were 80 of them. And it was really Tim Berners-Lee who made TCP/IP, which we're using right now to communicate, became the base layer, but he couldn't own it. And so then on top of that, we got FTP for files, and we got HTTP for websites, and SMTP for email, and www that kind of ties it all together. I can make a case, I think a pretty good case, that Bitcoin is kind of like TCP/IP. It's a base layer. Then you got Filecoin that kind of can do what FTP does. You got Ethereum, which is like a toolkit. And could there be multiple toolkits? Ethereum, Solana, etc. Maybe. But then it's these two intermediate layers. And I've been saying, is it Cosmos? Is it Polkadot? Is it Avalanche or Solana? And that's where I don't understand the tech quite well enough to know if those layers are really necessary and absolutely critical versus Bitcoin Lightning, new L3, new L4, and all that just replaces. Because what we're trying to replace is Fedwire and ACH. Yeah. Right? We're trying to make the transfer of value seamless and easy. And I don't know if that requires interchanges and bridges and all the other stuff. I don't know. I have resisted loading up on BTC, although I think I'm a dollar cost averager today. I just think you need to keep acquiring that as a core position. I'm in the persona non grata state with the ETH heads because I'm a buy the rumor, sell the news. I think the merge is already in the price. Everyone else says it's not. I think it is. I'm worried. I personally don't like proof of stake versus proof of work. I know other people do. I think proof of work is the most elegant way of establishing truth, but I think there are some other innovations that are interesting.
Yusko says that the reason it's still crypto spring is because sentiment is still terrible, which means more volatility. Many people lacked either conviction, courage, or cash, which stopped them from buying Bitcoin this year. He also notes that Bitcoin and Ethereum are simple compared to 3- and 4-fold assets off the bottom like Mara. He states that the system requires more newcomers and adoption and believes that we will begin to inflect soon. But which digital currency is yet to be seen.
Could you, if you mind, talking about like the attacks on Cathie Woods and Michael Saylor with Bitcoin?
Look, I mean, it's then they fight you, right? I mean, he made himself a target.
Yes.
Right? And I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying he did. He stepped up and said, I, as primary shareholder and manager of this business, I'm going to do something that y'all, right, in DC don't really like. You don't really think Bitcoin is real. You don't really think it's a good asset, but I'm going to put it on my balance sheet because you ruled that it's not a security. So I can do that. So I don't have to be regulated by the SEC. You ruled, and he played by the rules, and he did everything right. Now, this whole AG going after him for avoiding taxes, I have no idea. And I have this line that I learned when I first got in the business that tax avoidance, you should do at all costs. You should use structures and trusts and offshore and anything that's legal.
Right.
You should do to avoid paying
I learned
tax.
that from Trump.
Okay. Tax evasion, bad. Bright line,
difference.
right?
Yep.
Not a dotted line, it's a bright line. Avoidance, good. Go right up to the line. Evasion, bad. So I can't comment on whether he did or didn't, but the reality is all we're really talking about is blockchains at the center of a decentralized world as opposed to databases at the center of a server world.
Yep.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And the server companies have been great, right? Amazon,
Yeah,
Google,
Crypto.
they're killing it, right? They're killing it. But that's the rental economy. We get rented, like our data gets sold and we rent time. We post our pictures on Instagram so we can look cool, and they steal our data. And I shouldn't say steal it. I mean, we give it to them, even though no one actually reads the thing that you sign, but they take it and they monetize it. In the future, I think a new world, a Web3 world, will be built that will do all of those things on chains. Now, whether it's a single chain world, right? Bitcoin, Lightning, level 3, level 4, a lot of people believe that. Maybe. Need a lot of work. Is there a multi-chain world, kind of like the internet world where you got TCP, IP, FTP, HTTP, SMTP? I think that's more likely, but okay, we can have that debate all day. But I think what's more likely to me is not the tech companies, but the brands, the Disneys, the FIFAs, the NBAs, the MLBs, get the trust and bring people to whatever tech they decide. And so I do think that isn't decided yet. Any of the coins that are based on real technology,
Yeah.
okay? The dog coins, they're going to zero. They're going to zero. And it was, oh, you're an idiot. No, they're not. They're worthless.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
the fact is, things can be worthless and go up in value for some short period of time. And as long as there are more people that listen to Elon Musk's drivel and buy Doge, then it will go up. But at the end of the day, it has no use case. It has no tech. It has no developers. It has no nothing. And Shiba's worse. And so I said that the current bear market couldn't end until those went to zero. And I kind of regret that because I actually don't think they're going to go to zero. And I do think the bear market's over. But that means we're in the spring. We're not in summer. I think we do a lot of this. Think about spring. What is spring? Hot one day, cold one day, windy, blustery, wet, muddy, kind of gross. And you kind of have to make your way through. And then you get to summer and life is easy. And so, March, April next year, my guess is we'll be back to summer, and then we'll be anticipating the halving, and life will be better because we are in these cycles.
Yusko says that in April, we were in a horrific descending triangle pattern. We have now reversed into an ascending triangle, but Yusko sees that the top of the triangle looks a bit distributive. Because everyone believes that the merge is beneficial to the market, most people are increasingly long. Yusko believes that Ethereum's move from 900 to 2000 will be all the action in that area for now. Before going higher, people need to settle. Mark says that people need to understand that cryptocurrency is the future of finance and the biggest wealth creation opportunity of our lifetime. What do you guys think about Mark Yusko's opinion on crypto being the future of money? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.